White on set, please. Second team, please.
Camera ready. First team, please.
Roll camera.
Roll sound.
Sound rolling.
Camera rolling.
Mark.
Ouch! Hey, watch it.
The old clapperboard. Take one.
Playback.
And action.
Howdy, and welcome to a special presentation by the old clapperboard.
So much. Yeah. So, out of this, the spin-off, we're always, we're always looking for ways to we're a nonprofit, so we're always, looking to Packy Smith. Packy brought us such an unassuming guy, but probably one of the absolute best authorities on classic movies in the world. I mean, really. And so was really instrumental in the films that we would show here and getting those films, getting the rights to those films. Some of these films still have copyrights on them and that sort of stuff. Anyway, but he was the guy, and we just dearly love him. He was one of those guys that always in the background, but we knew that Packy was the guy that if we needed something, he and Woody, who now Woody runs our
Social media.
our movie program for us. They were good friends, and Woody took it over from Packy, but he had an amazing collection of stuff.
Is there a video? I don't know. Mark, is there a video that they did on Packy that in memory of Packy and stuff that we've got?
Yeah. Now there's a good picture. That's Jackie Hickman. Pull back just a little bit. There we go. That is Jackie Hickman in that right there. Yeah. Lauren Jennings and his wife Jan Seaborn, who is a concert pianist, and she did a concert in the Rocks for us. So out of this film festival, we needed some way to also generate some more funds. So we started doing the concert in the Rocks, which happens every June. It's the first weekend in June, and we have had everybody out there from the Beverly Hills Philharmonic to California Brass and you name it. And we'll put 500 people in a sit-down dinner in the canyon, and it is a spectacular evening. Every performer that's ever been there said, can we go back and do this again? This was like the coolest thing in the world, because we put lanterns in the rocks and all the rest of that stuff, and it is just absolutely fantastic. That's Rex Allen Jr., incidentally. So we've had many celebrities. There's Carrie Jr. That's Lou Gossett Jr. in the black there. Diamond. Hey, Dale Evans.
And Mr. Maurice.
Hey, my guy. Clint Walker. Shine, though. Yeah. Paige Williams was one of our tour leaders, consummate photographer, and so she used to do the Ansel Adams tours for us and that sort of stuff, and she got retired. She was a Hollywood grip for many years and knew a lot of these people. And there's Woody.
I just want to say something about Paige. She's the one that is responsible for getting all those projectors for the museum, by the way, that are out there.
Oh, very cool. There's Woody.
And that's Woody. And Woody's also our social media guy, the stuff you see coming up. Bob Fuller.
Woody's here, isn't he? Woody, aren't you here somewhere?
Yeah.
He did come, but I don't know if he went home.
There's Bob Siglin. That's Bill Wellman Jr. and our good friend Wyatt McCrae, Rob Word. Some of the folks over the years who have made this such a wonderful thing.
As the shot turned out,
It really looks like we're having 4,000 hectares.
And I said, aren't we blessed that the Lord gave us such a beautiful day? Very well.
Guy, I got a date. Holland showed up. And I have not been able to get Dave Holland out of my life since. Was the movie actor Lost on Rubber Whale.
Beautiful daughter of Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, Cheryl Rogers.
What made Lone Pine a good location, Billy? John?
You notice with Bill, once a director, always a director.
I've done more leads in more bad movies than any actor who can still get a job.
Mr. Will Hudson, right? Mr. Pierce Light, right?
Ty Hart, called McClintock. And Duke was an avid chess player. And I watched him play, and he asked me, he says, "Oh, do you play the game?" I haven't touched the piece, let alone play. And he looked at me and he grinned and he said, "Well, you sat down."
Mr. Ernest Borgnine. Well, Marty, what do you want to do now?
Let's go down to PJ's and look over the broads.
A negative course back in Italy, and the studio said, how many of these can you do a year? And I said, 8, 9. And they said, do it. And they did well, I know, because I'm married to a wealthy woman, and I know she's wealthy because she has all of my money.
I have very definite ideas where I want to put my camera. And Mr. Ballard stood up and he said, "Mr. Bedicker, as far as I'm concerned, you can take your camera and stick it up your ass."
Bill, they said, "Where's this Lone Pine?" They said, "Well, it's near L.A." Okay, so they flew to L.A., they got in a cab and said, "Take us to Lone Pine."
Steve McQueen stunt double for 22 years, Steve's entire career. Mr. Lauren James.
And I said, "You're Mr. McQueen?" And he said, "Yeah." So I walked over and he was sitting down. I walked over and I said, very seriously, I said, "You know, I'm here to make you look better than you can make yourself look, and don't you dare blow my close-ups."
Buttermilk could take Trigger in a short hop.
Depended on how Trigger felt. That old horse would stand there and he'd watch Roy run at him, and he'd never move, but he'd shift his weight from one to the other. He was the last guide on television's Wagon Train series. Denny Miller, right here.
Being a stuntman, they called me in to double Denny Miller, but I was too big, too much muscle.
Where are you for working in westerns? Were you a horseback rider beforehand? I didn't know which end to get on.
Red River and John Wayne.
What about them?
Well,
And the driver asked me where we were going, and I told him, and I smiled some more. When I read the script, I found out that somebody had kidnapped my brother.
When I got Deadwood, when David Mills told me that I got the part on Deadwood, I thought it was going to be like Gunsmoke. And I thought I was going to be Miss Kitty.
And we shot on an average of 98 and twice, I know, 102 scenes a day. There was one day between first and second unit that we did 127 setups. On one of the serials, a big galvanized tub with handles at the bottom of it. I was to be dropped into the bucket, tied, of course, and I'm holding my breath. And I'm holding my breath. So I came up, nobody's there. Puts me back in the stagecoach, picks up a rock, throws it at the lead horse, says, "Wind them wheels, let her go." Every time he stops and he says, Sunset's wind them wheels and let her go. Sunset says, "Well, goddamn Tom, it's wind in my script."
Here, right in front of the camera, get off the horse, pull your gun, and shoot horse to the test. And I laid it out, and I pulled it in, and jumped off the horse, and pulled the gun, and nobody behind the camera. They didn't know that horse would stop, neither did I.
They sent some Indians after me, and the Indians said something to the pony turned around and they liked it.
Heroes of mine used to ride. I'm gonna roam all day where those cowboys would play.
So the baseball pictures became part of the fixture with Don Kelson. So, and we'll do it again Sunday morning. Grab all of our celebrities, cast and crew, and that sort of stuff, and find a good place up in the rocks and take a memorable photo. So this was, I think, number 3, I think, right there, because that's Clayton Moore, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Paul Hopkins, everybody remembers from. Yeah, a lot. There's Don, doing what he does best.
Two photographers taking pictures to see back
That's Tom Kelsey.
This popping the paparazzi here. Yeah. And there's the show.
I think that's the first photo that was ever taken at the film festival. Group photo, I thought.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, I don't think we did the first 2.
Yeah, that's the first one.
There's Monty Montana Jr., Pat Buttram, John Mitchum right down in the front row. Word. Hey, Hugh O'Brien. My favorite picture. I have this picture on the wall at home. And so, you can stop that for just a sec. We started taking those pictures. There's up here on Loken Road, there's the old Pheasant Club up there, and that's where we used to have a breakfast for all the celebrities in the summertime and that, or in the Sunday mornings, and so that railing is where we put everybody in there. So that's a pretty cool shot right there. William Smith in there, Peter Brown, Steve Mitchell. Those were and now that picture, that's Paul Berturney up front there. Yeah, and that was a great festival. There's Grace Boyd down there.
They might not know who Grace Boyd is.
Yeah. And this was just 2 years ago, 3 years
19.
Huh?
2019.
Yeah.
That's 2
So
years
we
ago.
do it every year, and it's great to, and then we'll ship those out, and there we go, there's the whole Mishpoka right there, that's get everybody in. And that was last year. And we'll do it
I
again.
recognize somebody sitting here almost in the front row.
Miss Hope?
This represents the paparazzi here. Follow us around and we'll take a picture.
Don Kelson has been such a big part of this festival over the years, and we wanted to do this really special thing for him because all of his really professional photos that we have really kind of come from his camera. Nice silence, exactly. So the first year we did the parade, I think we had 3 people and a dog in it, and but people really liked it. They said, "Hey, let's do that again." So the parade just kept going, get more bigger. Found some classic cars, thanks to Jim Rogers, Lauren James. Douglas Fairbanks Jr.
Is there anybody here that has, this is their first time at the film festival? Yeah, we do have some. Okay.
Welcome, welcome,
Welcome.
welcome.
So I get my little spot down there at the, near Lloyd's at Lone Pond. Now, you can hold on that for just 1 second, okay? I've been doing this for 35 years, and I keep telling people that I am married, happily married, to that woman right there. And every once in a while, she'll make an appearance at the film festival just to let people know that, yes, we are still married. That's my Lonnie.
I've never seen it.
No. So one of the things that's going to happen is 7 o'clock Sunday night at the park. Okay. This is your closing night ceremony, right? So this started as a rap party for the crew when we first started the film festival. And it just kind of mushroomed, and next thing you know, we end up with about 100, 150 people out in the park. This happens at Spain Hour Park, which is out on the north end of town. We have a really nice stage set up out there, and we'll have a JC1 will be out there, and a couple of other people. We'll have some music and some poetry, and we never know who's going to show up at the campfire, but it's always a lot of fun. So we go 7 to 9, and it's just a nice way of closing, and it's called the closing campfire. And like I said, it started as a rap party for the crew, but it's kind of mushroomed into just an event. It's free, you know, bring a blanket, we'll have chairs and all that sort of stuff, but it's just a lot of fun, and it's a nice way to say thank you and goodbye.
How many of you have been to the concerts in the Rocks here in Lone Pine?
Oh, good on you.
This is kind of this is our big fundraiser, Larry.
Yeah, and like I said, this right here, this picture you're seeing here, this was, I call it the Beverly Hills Philharmonic. It probably isn't, but it was put together by, who actually put this together?
This was done in 1993. It was in celebration of the Lone Ranger's 60th anniversary. And Ray Powell, of course, everything starts with a great idea, right? And someone said, let's do this. And I believe the insurance certificate to have the orchestra come out was like $10,000. And Ray Powell said, I'll pony up and do that. But we literally had a full orchestra with a harp out here, and they played for an hour, and they closed with the William Tell Overture.
Our conductor, but thank the Cinema Sound Orchestra for being here. But would you please say hello to our conductor, Mr. James King. Ladies and gentlemen. Together 60 years later, here in Lone Ranger Canyon. And as we think back, we remember that once there was a man with a mask on a great white horse, and this was his call to adventure.
that happens every June. Like I said, we have, you name it out there. We've had everybody from country western to the Bee Gees, and there's a dance floor. We found out about 5 or 6 years ago, I forget who, I think it was when Monty Alexander came out, one of the top jazz people. He was a total Lone Ranger fanatic, and we found that out also. One of the top jazz people in the world, really. And the second half of his show, all of his band members had Lone Ranger masks on and everything. But really, it was just so cool. And everybody started dancing and everything, and so finally we started adding a dance floor, and we changed our theme a little bit to any of the entertainment acts that would provide music that people would get up and dance to. And so last year was Go Disco, and it was very, very well received.
We also want to remind everybody that the Concert of the Rocks is our major fundraiser, right, Melody?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and we encourage everybody to try and come and buy tickets even if you can't come. But anyway, there is I think this is where I do my little bit. I don't remember, and I put this thing together. My dad was a big fan of Lone Pine. We have a ranch not too far from here, so I kind of grew up. There's a clip from the last film festival that he attended before he got ill. And I'm going to play you that one little short clip here. Go ahead and...
Oh, there's one other thing. At night when you finish working, you had one of the best nightclubs in town 2 miles out.
Well, enough of that.
Yes.
Okay, we're done.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it.
You survived the weekend?
I survived it, I think. It's not over yet.
Oh, that's right. We got a couple good movies to watch yet.
Thank you very much, Larry.
That's a wrap.
I hope you enjoyed the
Thank you all for coming.
Okay, that's a wrap.